Oh, baby, I've been busy. We've looked at another course. Oh my God, another guru course. This is exciting, guys. You guys had great feedback on the strategy from Palmdale here. So we went ahead and got the course and took a quick peek. So this is going to be my rough review without revealing any of the actual content of the course, because that would be unfair to him. But what is fair to him is, just like I've done in the other two reviews here, is to give you guys honest feedback of what value you will get out of this course. So you guys know who it is. It's Hunter with Hunter FX, the most woke trading channel on YouTube that you can learn more from the free content in the streams than, you know, some of these paid courses, right? Guys, let's dive into it real quick. But first, the intro. All right, my guys and couple girls that watch this channel, as you can tell, it is the holiday break right now, and I've been nice and busy. We're looking at this course here. It took me a little time to get through. So if you guys appreciate me taking the time to look through course content, which I've already learned all this stuff, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button instead. You can hit both if you want, but you only need to hit one. That's the rule. You hit one button, I create a video for you, and that's a fair trade in my opinion. Now, guys, what I do for these reviews is I'm going to follow the exact same format with every single course I'm reviewing. This has happened with the last two courses, and this is what I would follow when I made my own course. One is we wanted to make sure that there's some sort of risk management involved, and we wanted some sort of psychology, mindset stuff involved in that course as well, because it just kind of aids in the process of becoming a trader. Risk management is absolutely crucial. The other thing is the trading strategy itself. This is the big one, right? We're going to look at three aspects of their trading strategy. One is it's something that is different from what you can find for free on YouTube or free elsewhere, because you've literally paid for something. It should be something that's more valuable than you could just go search for, right? Two is, are they able to explain the strategy in a very clear, concise way that you're able to easily follow it? And three, is there any data validation to prove, or is the logic at least there, or is it just some stupid made up strategy that they've come up with, some sort of reasoning but for the strategy to work, basically. Then we'll sum it up and give it a rating. Let's go. Right, guys, so Palmdale, he's a little bit of a slow talker there, so this course was a little bit slow, but that's perfectly fine. Now, what we're starting off here was with risk management, and he's actually gone ahead and done a little bit of risk management in this course. There is a text document that talks a little bit about risk management. I'm not going to tell you anything in it, but he does help you with risk management a little bit. It's good. That's good. That's a good start. That's a good props. I like it so far. Going a little bit deeper into the content of the course here. I noticed prior to the strategy, there's a lot of basics. This is all stuff you can learn on YouTube for free. That's perfectly fine. It's always nice to have these in a course. My personal course, I don't put any of that in because I'm only teaching advanced users. I don't care for teaching beginners because all that stuff is perfectly easy to find and free on YouTube, but it's nice to have. And then he goes into things like, you know, market structure, candle patterns, things like this, various different indicators, things like that, and teaching you how to use these indicators, which is perfectly fine if these are going to apply to the strategy. So in my opinion, that is a lot of just buffer in the course, and this is something that I really didn't want to do in my own, because I think it's just kind of, it's filler, and then people lose focus on what the actual strategy is, and then you're getting bored. You're not really taking in the true content of the course. So what I realized is there's actually only a couple videos on the strategy itself. This was true with also the last course that I reviewed there. I forget who it was. Who was it?
Jackpot strategy is official.
Who the hell was it? I'm gonna look this up now.
Jackpot strategy all day.
Oh yeah, Jackpot. Jackpot's course was absolutely brutal with filler. It was a 5-minute course with 3 hours of filler, basically. This to me is a similar idea, where there's a lot of filler at the start to make you feel like you've gotten more value, and then the actual strategy itself is very short, and he doesn't go into a whole lot of reason why this strategy is working. Now, guys, this could all be perfectly fine. all this buffer stuff, it doesn't really matter as long as the strategy holds true and there is value in the strategy. Now he's gone ahead and he's posted a couple different videos of strategy. Looking at my computer here, it's got about 20 minutes total talking about the strategies. There's a couple different ones. There's a counter, there's a trend following one. And in my opinion, this is just generic pullback entering, things like this. It doesn't really have the expected logic that I thought he would have, because in the strategy YouTube video he posted, he talked a ton about the market makers using liquidity, and none of that is in this at all. There's absolutely nothing about liquidity or market maker logic, anything like this. It's just a very obvious, we should be doing this, we should be doing this. There's no reason or merit behind any of this. There's no data validation. So I'm really not trusting this strategy. It's just very, very simple. It's kind of like what you would first do if you started trading after you knew everything. The other thing that I really don't like about his strategy is he is using DCA type methods. It's not DCA in a bad way where you're basically risking everything, because he does have risk management, but he's using multiple entries, which is perfectly fine. It's just not my preference, but that is how he's using it. And he's looking for pullbacks essentially, and he's using mostly price action with, I'm not going to say the indicator, I'm going to call it an indicator in a sense, but he's mostly using price action with a little bit of a use of an indicator here to help him find the entries. And then he's just taking multiple entries depending on how deep it pulls back. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, guys, because then I think it's a little bit unfair to him, because, you know, some people might actually find value in this course and want to spend money on it. That being said, the other criteria I did mention for the strategy itself was that he's clear, that he's able to explain it properly, and getting past the fact that he talks slowly and that annoys me. I'm going to ignore that. He's perfectly able to clearly explain how to enter. There's not really any ambiguity, so he's doing a good job with that. That seems kind of consistent with all of these courses so far. The jackpot he was also able to clearly explain, but the strategy sucked. This is a much better strategy, I'll say that right now. Whether or not it's profitable, I think it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly profitable under certain market conditions, but I think you're going to get stopped out a lot, and it's not ideal. This would not be a long-term profitable strategy. That's just my impression. There's not any major manipulation plays here. It's just kind of riding with trends and whatnot. So it could work under a trending market. I don't think it's going to work in a massive manipulation market like the Euro USD, something like that. It's not going to work very well. So going into the next thing here, guys, psychology, mindset. This is great. He's gone into it quite well. He's talked tons about winning streaks, losing streaks, discipline, things like that. That's awesome. That's really, really great. He did a better job at that than I have put into my own course. I'll give him absolute props on that one. Outside of the strategy, it seems to be a good course. It's very step-by-step. You start from the very beginning, learning nothing about trading. You learn tons. You're really loaded with tons of stuff, but the only thing that it's really lacking, and I'm saying this as a general feel of the course now, is that strategy. I want more logic of why the strategy works, because this doesn't seem like it's a very good strategy. It could work under some certain situations, but it's just not the best setup for sure. But it is a decent course to get you started with trading. That's the general feel I have here, and he's gone above and beyond in the psychology and the risk management sort of thing, at least compared to the other courses. So if I had to give a suggestion on how he would change this, I don't know if this is an older course maybe that he made a while ago and now he's trading a little bit differently, but when he was talking in his YouTube video, he was talking much more about liquidity pools and market makers hunting stops and things like this. That needs to be put into this course. He needs to make a new course. He needs to put that stuff in. He needs to teach a strategy that takes advantage of that, because his YouTube is really throwing off what you're going to be learning here. It's nothing like what I expected, and it's just a general course for how to learn trading. You're going to learn how to trade basically, but you're not going to learn how to become profitable, and you're not going to learn what the underlying market movers, what actually causes things to move the market, where stops are, the important stuff of trading that's actually going to make you money. That's not in here, and that's what it's missing. So if we had to give it a rating overall, let's do this starting now. I didn't rate those last two ones, but I think it's very wise for us to give it a rating. I would give this a 2.5 stars out of 5. What is that? That's a little bit less than average. It's gonna give you a good understanding of everything you need to know to start trading, but you're going to have to put in work in order to become profitable. That's going to be the major difference between giving, you know, above average stars here, is having a strategy that actually works here, guys. If I quickly look back at the jackpot one there, that's a 1 star. That's garbage. Nick Sean. If I had to put a star on there, I'd say that's probably a 4-star course, actually. Nick's is pretty damn good, actually. I think he's actually profitably trading. It's not an amazing course, and I'm talking about different videos now. If you guys want to find those, they're on my channel. It's not an amazing course, but he's done a good job, so I think that's the best out of the 3 so far. Anyways, guys, this has been the most woke Forex channel on YouTube. If you guys want to join the wokeness, there's a link in the description, and there's also Instagram there if you guys want to follow my life a little bit more. I'll see you guys next time.
Listen.